I fall victim to her ever-changing fate. My life is bloody, folded to her arms again. Like a dinner way to make her pay. So tonight, he's dancing.
Hey everyone, Anthony here with Bangin Beers. I almost did not say that right. It's been so long. I forgot how to intro this show. What was that? All right, never mind. Anyway, if you guys are interested in, if you like what you hear, you want to support the channel, all the links, pretty much everything we're talking about below will be in the description, as well as all of the where you can find the Facebook websites and stuff for the beers we're trying tonight. So we have a little bit of allotment here. We have a few new trails. We have one from Industrial Arts, and then Aslan Bukkake Saigon.
Is it really Bukkake?
No,
Buku Saigon.
It should be Bukkake.
Probably
like, let me read the ingredients on that.
Yeah.
Probably the highest alcohol by volume beer that we've had on the show, actually.
I still say we got to get that snake one.
This is just the. All right, this is
The
just
raspberry.
The ale. Yeah. All right. So the first one we already have poured here. We beat you when it comes to the nice little noise you'll hear. Is we're gonna do the Heliocentric Tart Ale from New Trail. I'm gonna be honest, man. New Trail has slowly grown on my heart and tugging on my heartstrings for one of my favorite breweries now. Man, it's good beer. Really fucking good beer. Some of the best IPAs I've ever had so far, just recently, have been New Trail. The Crimson not the Crimson House. The Compass Rose right up the street here in Frackville had Broken Heels on tap. That was really good. You said you have a can of double Broken Heel.
I do.
We had, what was it at the wedding? I sent it to Brian. Hold on. I can pull it up right now. We had at the wedding, my cousin Johnny got married, and at their wedding, the bar had neither here nor there on tap. Really, really good. I gave that a 4.5. It was amazing. And then tonight we're going to do 3 different ones here. 2 of them are going to be IPAs, both of them hazy, and then 1 ale here. So we're going to start off with the Heliocentric Ale. Have you ever been physically to the New Trail Brewery?
No, I haven't. But the Heliocentric is, it's a beer that they do often. They just mix different stuff in it.
Yeah, I do. I see there was a raspberry one.
Right.
So they change it. This is delicious.
It's pretty flavor.
And it's a tart ale. So it's kind of like... if you're not so much like a sour fan, this is like a nice little introduction if you've never had a sour.
Kind of has like a champagne weird
I like
taste
that.
to it.
It's a little bit of the bubbly.
It is.
So, Jason, where's this brewery from?
They're from Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
You've been really high on these guys for a while.
Yeah, I mean, New Trail's awesome. The guy from Tired Hands, which is down near Philadelphia, very, very popular. In fact, they were on that PA brewery list, I think. And so was New Trail as like the top 10 breweries in Pennsylvania. I guess the guy who worked for Tired Hands left. I don't know if he's from Williamsport or he has ties to Williamsport. How he got to Williamsport, I'm not sure, but he started brewing his own beer there and formed the company New Trail. And it is very much like Tired Hands.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
Except a lot more accessible than Tired Hands.
So when you do check this in, these 2 New Trails here we got at the cake stand in Monty City. They take care of us every time we go in there. Very nice people. They do it. They have a good beer list, and they work really hard to try to get some cool stuff in there for people. And then you brought the goggles, and then we have 2 other ones that Ben brought tonight. New Trail is supposedly, they just did a tap takeover type thing at Black Diamond in Frackville, kind of in the works. To not maybe, it's not really like out there yet, or it's just something that we're trying to put together, is possibly have New Trail do a tap takeover in February at Black Diamond, and hopefully we'll be in attendance and maybe do like a podcast on location.
Yeah, I mean, New Trail's really good at getting the stuff out. They've become more predominant in the area. The only gripe I have about New Trail
turn that off.
is all these beers that you see here, like this pocket knife, this goggles, any of this stuff, you can. I have a beer on tap.
Yeah,
I can't get that stuff. That stuff is like exclusive to location, to bar. The only thing I can get from New Trail in a keg is the staple beers, which is Broken Heels. They do that all the time.
What did I just have on tap the other night there? There is 2 on tap right now at Black Diamond.
Like the Lazy Pills, I think. All that kind of... They have like this sort of staple of beers that you can get pretty much so anytime that they brew anytime. And
Trail Ale I had.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
But all the cool, like... and they put out a lot of stuff. I mean, I'd say like almost every week or every other week they have a new IPA out. They're really known for the hazy IPAs. But all that stuff, I just can't get it. I wish I could because I would buy it. I would have it at, I'd buy a keg of it. I'd be more than happy to, but... Yeah,
so,
you just can't do it.
If you guys are looking and you want to add us, we are on Untapped. All the beers that we do have, we check in there. You can find me under Bangin Beers Podcast, Anthony. My last, and then Jason here is Visitor _Q, and then Ben is going to be Cold Wolf 35. My dad to my left here will be MCFD Tony, and then Austin, the brand new. Not freshly 21 now. You're about a year
22.
in. 22. Yeah. He actually, his 21st was on Bangin Beers last year.
Wow.
So we're close. We are.
So it's going to be his the first anniversary of his 21st birthday.
Yeah.
And we were that was the gauntlet night too. That was bad.
That was episode 1. Yeah.
That was the gauntlet.
And he's A Black 32. So if you want to add them, all of us on Untapped. I actually just hit my 420th beer. So.
Cool.
I know that's a special number for the potheads out there.
Yeah. I know New Trail too. The main distributor for New Trail is Midstate out of Williamsport as well. So I think
I really like that.
Everything,
I got a 4-pack of this.
Everything comes through Midstate to the area. I've talked to a couple of the reps from them, and they've been really cool, really nice. I know the one guy that does the Danville one. He's a big metalhead, so I actually talked to him on the phone and never met him in person. But he has something to do with Neshaminy Creek as well.
Oh, cool.
I'm not sure what the tie or what was going on there, but really nice guy.
Did you see the list that was compiled on a website called I think it was Double Up. Let me pull it up. I have pictures of it saved on my phone. It's on a Facebook thing. It's called Brew to Do. So they have lists for almost every state, and it's called the Brew to Do list. And the Pennsylvania one was in collaboration with PA Brew Review on Facebook. Literally, you go on there and they have Philadelphia, Greater Philadelphia, Harrisburg area,
I've
York,
seen that.
Gettysburg, Allentown, Reading, Lancaster, Pittsburgh, Greater Pittsburgh, Erie, Interstate 80 beers, and Scranton. So you could literally go on this entire list, which
pretty wild.
It is pretty big.
Yeah.
And we can, we'll start New Year. We can see how many beers we can try to do from Pennsylvania in 1 year.
Sure.
I think that'd be pretty fun. And then we obviously will mix them up in there.
Yeah.
Because he's in Cortland and stuff. But so when he comes home, he may bring some down from New York. But it's a pretty cool list. It is on our Facebook page, and you can go follow Brew to Do as well as PA Brew Review. But they made this really cool list of beers all over Pennsylvania that you can find. And so if you're literally, no matter where you go in the state, you can be like, where is the closest thing, and go hit it up. We're actually going to hit up 2 breweries Sunday, but by the time this airs, it'll be way past. Yeah, so we'll have some cool stuff. But what do we think of this first one?
I gave it a 3.25. I like how it's
3.25.
I like how it's really crisp. It has that really nice, like it was said, champagne feel to it. Was just a nice, light, crispy flavor to it. And I really like that.
That's something that you want to have, like for your first beer. You're like, I don't know about my first beer. That's something like flavorful, easy drinking. I'd have it again, definitely. I gave it a 3.75.
I gave it a 3.25.
Wow,
It was nice.
I went higher than everybody else.
It was nice and tart, clean finish, and it a lot of your tarts or sours that I try just feel like they will give you heartburn before the end of the first beer. This one
is smooth.
This one did not feel that way at all.
There's actually we don't know what the what the level of alcohol by volume is.
It'll tell you on Untapped.
It's not NA.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, it's NA. I gave it a 4. This is an all day beer. I can drink this all day long.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. This would be a pay-per-view beer for me. Have like 2 or
So which one?
Oh my God,
This is
dude.
the
5.5
raspberry.
ABV.
Which one is this?
The
The
raspberry.
raspberry.
No, this is just the tart ale.
Oh, the tart cherry.
No, just tart ale. I just found mine.
Oh,
the
I
one
got-
I checked under is heliocentric
It's
tart ale.
raspberries. It's
the raspberry
raspberries.
one.
Oh,
Tart
nice.
ale with
Heliocentric,
raspberries.
5.5 ABV.
No, I just have it. There's another one on there, just a heliocentric
this
tart
can.
ale, and it doesn't have any fruit. Maybe that's why.
It's a 5.5.
This is the
Wow.
tart ale brewed with raspberries.
Okay, so I checked the wrong one in.
So on Untapped, it has a 3.86 is what it's currently.
Oh damn.
I'd still give it a 4. I liked it.
Only 21 check-ins. That's
Really?
surprising. Yeah. For me, it's a 3.252. I mean, I'm very harsh on Untapped. I mean, for me, I see, we're talking a 5-point system here. So
Yeah.
2.50 is like middle of the road. That's like an average beer for me. So anything above 2.5 is like in the good. You know what I mean?
I kind of have a different scale. I always say like 3 is average, but I could be, you know what I mean?
Well, 3 would be, if it's 2.5, 5 is like,
Yeah.
do the math.
And then anything over 3 is like what I would, for me as a 4.50, I really, really like this. And I would actively seek this out, or if it was on tap somewhere, it would be a top choice for me.
Yeah. Well, I kind of had some of the other ones I feel about the same. I mean, I'm a big IPA drinker, so for me to drink stuff like this, you know what? Look at this. Is that Foreign Objects on the front?
What do you mean?
Is this a
collaboration?
collab with
a
Foreign
collaboration.
Objects? Oh, okay, cool.
So objects in Discord, it looks like.
Yeah, so Foreign Objects, they're another person. I don't know what happened with Tired Hands, but I guess like a guy from Tired Hands left and formed Foreign Objects too.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, that's kind of interesting. I just kind of caught that on the can when I seen it. But Foreign Objects makes some good beer too.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. Just, and this is very, very recent for me. Like, I'm actually I'm gonna peel the label off and try to cut out the New Trail logo and stick it on the table, and I can get the other 2 on here as well. But I'm anywhere I go, man. If I see New Trail on tap or bottle, it's a go-to right now.
For me, if I go into there's a beer distributor that I go to all the time. They get everything New Trail, everything that's new. If I go in there and there's a new IPA, I automatically buy it. I don't
Yeah.
even think twice, and I'll buy a 4. And the cool thing is, the beer distributor I go to, you can get one. I could buy 1 can of any beer, but I'll buy a 4-pack of any IPA from New Trail without even thinking twice about it.
Yeah,
just because I know
hesitate.
I'm either gonna really like it or it's still gonna be good, and I'm gonna be okay. And they are priced reasonably. I don't think I've ever seen a 4-pack of their beer, any of it, for $20. You
Yeah.
know, which is kind of on the high end for 4-packs of beer. They're pretty reasonable, hover around maybe like 11 to 15.
Well, that's not bad. That's like South County prices right there. Wow.
It's good stuff, yeah. I mean, even when I get a 6th of their beer, I think it's pretty reasonable. I don't know offhand, but I'm thinking it's 80, 90, somewhere in there. It's pretty good. I mean, I bought 6th as high as like 130 plus, so,
So the tasting room hours for New Trail are sorry, I just pulled it up on their website, are going to be Wednesday 3 to 8, Thursday 3 to 8, Friday 3 to 8, Saturday 12 to 8, Sunday 12 to 6. The tasting room is both family and dog friendly. We offer both interior and outdoor seating. You can find our beer at PA Wines, PA Inspired Cocktails, and they're available all the time. They're locally sourced charter baskets as well, and rotating food truck during service business hours. So they don't make food, but there is a food truck there serving food.
A lot of places do that.
And it is somewhere you can bring your family, so they're family and kids, so or your pet. So it's good to know. They're 240 Arch Street, Building 18 in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. You can check them out on newtrailbrewing.com, as well as Facebook and every other social media. Good to know. That's what we always try to find out too. Like, hey, if we're going to go to somewhere, especially because like my wife doesn't drink, like, can I get food there? You know, a lot of people do like to bring their dogs. They are very big with trails and like hiking and maybe possibly even bike riding.
Everything they do is like
outdoorsy.
It is. It like all revolves around like the woods, you know, or like I don't know. I mean, that's
they should get in contact with the bushcraft guys.
Yeah.
Maybe
well, Williamsport's got the trails right along the river. They have a nice walking and biking trail, and then the Grand Canyon of Pennsylvania is not that far.
Oh, okay.
Jersey Shore, which is the end of the Pine Creek Trail, is just west of Williamsport. Another 30 minutes, maybe.
Yeah. So we got new trails again. Goggles. So you said this is brand new.
Yeah, I think this one came out, I'm going to say it was this week or last week. This is probably the newest or close to the newest one they did.
1,340 check-ins, 2 by friend, and the 2 friends have gave it a 4.0. Average is 4.23.
Yeah.
It is a 8.8.
Hazy double.
Hazy double, yep. Double New England.
Yeah, they're big. I mean, the hazy IPAs, man, they pump them out left and right.
Yeah, I seen a meme where it was like the Drake, where it's like this, and it says IPA, and then it says, and then it just like, or no, it's SpongeBob, where he had like a lemonade stand, and it says IPA, and it's empty, and he just puts hazy in front of it, and everyone's flocked around it.
The hazy IPAs, man, they really kind of just. Man, I was a big West Coast like IPA drinker. I really like that pungent, piney, sticky, you know, weedy, you know, like kind of taste to IPAs.
The hazy's more like hazy. It's more of a creamier than it is a hoppy.
They explain it like as a cloudy, like a pillowy type like mouthfeel, you know. I mean, I don't know. I like it, man. The hazies are good.
Yeah, I think if you're not a big fan of like heavy hop, the hazy's the way to go because it's a lot softer. How he's saying pillowy on your mouth.
Yeah,
that's like a term, man. That pillowy taste. But
definitely being out on the West Coast, I get to appreciate a lot of IPAs.
Yeah.
Being so close to San Diego and LA and everything, like
come in a little bit on your mic there.
There's so many IPAs out there that it's awesome.
Yeah, you brought the one, and it was supposed to be like the San Diego's heavy hitter.
Yeah, I forget which one that was.
It was a coconut one. It tastes like suntan lotion.
Oh, you didn't like that one?
It's gross.
They just Neutral just did a Frost IPA, and I this was just like a couple weeks ago, and I drank it, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, this is like coconut tasting or whatever, and I looked, and it's not that they put coconut, they use some hops that have like a coconut flavor to them.
Okay.
And you can really taste it through the beer, and I'm not a big coconut fan, and at first I tasted it, I'm like, yeah, you know, not real coconutty, but the more I drank it, the more I was like, coconut's not so bad, you know. It was really good, you know.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, probably should have said this at the head of the show too. So Bangin Beers is going to have a little bit of a facelift here. Instead of just me and Ben here and then backfilling with guests, for the most part, Bangin Beers is going to be the 4 guys you see sitting here, and then we'll have maybe one guest. So the days of maybe having like a full band, those days are pretty much over with Bangin Beers. We are going to try to do a lot more in terms of going and seeing locations, visiting bars, going to places that sell beer, like, you know, case stores or mix of sixes.
Yeah.
Austin still has access to the page, so he can do stuff out in San Diego and say like, hey, out in the West Coast, I'm trying this beer, I'm at this bar.
Cool.
So it doesn't have to necessarily be a live video all the time on Facebook, but maybe snap a couple pictures in a bar, maybe their menu, some taps, maybe some cans, be like, hey, I tried this. Quick review, tag your Untapped, and go from there.
I'm trying to think, like, so West Coast, like, I'm gonna probably screw up here with California. Is that's they have that?
I think that's the coast. Yeah,
yeah. They have that. The beer out there that I really want to try is Santa Cruz has a line of like beer with, I think it's called like Strike Brewery or something like that. Yeah, you've seen that? They have like a Screaming Hand beer, and they have like a Red Dot Santa Cruz beer.
Santa Cruz has been doing a lot of collabs.
Oh, that's real rad. Yeah, I like that.
Especially out there, Santa Cruz. I was lucky enough to have one of them. I can't remember which one it was, but it was super, super good.
Yeah. I mean, definitely stuff I'm interested in. You know?
I forgot what I was gonna say there. Yeah, and then also we're gonna be going to breweries. We have our first one lined up. We're gonna be going to Mellow Mink.
I'm actually psyched for that one.
Yeah, and then I got contacted again by another brewery.
Whoa!
So possibly the following week after Mellow Mink, we will be at another brewery. The Rotunda boys are looking at us.
Oh boy,
so we might be going to Rotunda. Those guys.
Going back.
Yeah. Except invited by the brewery and go
Rotunda glass here.
Two of us are drinking out of the Rotunda Hopheads collaboration glass for the 2019 5th annual Brewfest glass, and then the rest of the team is going to be drinking out of the Hershey Porter glasses that were given to us by the fine people over at McNiff's Bar. Yeah.
So what do we think about this one?
I like it. This is another all-dayer for me.
All-dayer,
Yeah.
Hazy double. What do we got going on there?
I could.
What's the ABV in that?
8.8.
All day.
I could. I won't be able to walk later, but I would do a 4-pack of this, and like when I say all day, I'm not saying like sun up to sundown, but I would sit and have I would drink the 4-pack of that and watch.
Wait a
pay-per-view.
few hours, you can drink another one.
I'd go right. I'd go back.
I gave it a 3. I just just above middle of the road. I'm
Really? He's not an IPA guy.
I'm not a huge IPA fan, but it was not bad. I like the for a double. It wasn't overly hoppy.
Right.
Where did you pick this up at?
I get most of the neutral stuff at Bloom Brews, I think it's called. It's on Route 11 in Bloomsburg next to Burger King. And
I know where that is.
It's awesome because everything this is like an actual beer distributor. Everything in the store is singles. Any case you see, any 4-pack you see, any 6-pack you see, break one off, they'll sell it to you.
Good marketing strategy.
Yeah,
too.
it's great. And there's cold and warm, and they just put in a crowler station too. So I think they have, I want to say 4 or 5 beers on tap. One's from Pizza Boy, one's from Rotunda. They got the Hershey chocolate porter there. And I can't think of what else, but they're the ones I remember off the top of my
Hershey
head.
made its way to upstate New York a little bit, or up to New York.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, almost to Syracuse.
Wow.
Little
Good for them.
town called Tully. Austin and I stopped in there on the way back from the airport when he flew in for dinner, and lo and behold, we look up and there's the Hershey chocolate porter.
Good for them. We went to the hockey game, and I had a whole bunch of I had 2 or 3 beers from Stouds. Really, really good beers. I really enjoyed them at the Reading Royals game. And someone's like, man, I love Stouds. Like the one guy, he was in line with me talking. He's smoked. You know, he had his first beer and a half. He was hammered.
First beer and a half.
Yeah, but they were strong beers. The one I had, the normal was like an 8. You know, and then their double was like a 9.2.
Oh, cripes.
I had 2 doubles and a single, so I was bases loaded. Plus, I had a nice CBD gummy in me, so I was fucking kicking
Can't
ass.
say that on here.
There was no THC in it. But yeah, so yes, but they had on tap. It was like one of the. It wasn't like a big stand. It was like a bunch on tap. And
Yeah.
kind of had it snuck in there. Mm-hmm. But the Hershey was on tap, and as I walked, I kind of did the loop like 2 or 3 times, and I think they changed the keg like 3 times.
Yeah.
like
Oh,
people were.
God, wow.
flocking.
Well, look, come over to my house. It's still on tap there.
Yeah.
Their single hop is like
Yeah.
7.0%.
Now, another cool thing with Neutral, I kind of want to give them a little credit. Sometimes you go to a place that maybe does a lot of IPAs or one style of beer, and you take this is our fancy one beer, and then you try their fancy another beer, and you're like, it literally, you just change the label.
Yeah.
Where you kind of get stuck into a thing where they taste very similar to one another.
They sort of fall. I know you're going to say that.
I don't think Neutral really does.
I've had a bunch of neutral beers, and they sort of fall a little into that rut. Not so much, but yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, I don't want to mention any names
Yeah, I
because
didn't
there
either.
are some places that definitely do that. I think I know which one you're thinking of, and I agree. New Trail doesn't really do that. But to give them credit too, like their stout that they have, I think it's Moonlit Stout. I can't remember which one. It's really good too. They have a really good stout. Now I did have one of their chocolate porters, which I think they did in.
I'm not ending the show on this.
I think they did because of the Hershey, but it was.
I'm not ending the night on a fucking coffee beer. I need something to wash it down after I
So we're gonna end it with the Thanksgiving.
He's going to end it with the
mashed potato.
Turkey
with the
beer.
mashed
Mashed
potato.
potato beer.
All right, so
Spoiler alert.
Actually,
Let's go the opposite way.
Okay.
By the way, the goggles, I think I gave like a 4.0. I had it before.
I gave it a 4.25.
It's a good beer for me. It's not the best beer from New Trail, but with that said, I mean it's solid like most of it.
All right, so I know if you're on camera and you're watching, I dumped half my pour already into somebody else's glass.
I'm pouring a little extra because I know that bottle's big.
Yeah, I just don't like to coffee taste. It doesn't
Tony's
matter.
not a coffee
It does
guy,
not matter the
period.
brewery. I'm not hating on your beer. I'm not saying it's terrible. It's just not my taste.
Are you a tea drinker?
I do. I'm a tea drinker.
I fucking hate tea.
I love tea.
I don't like it.
I had a tea beer. It was really good. I'm already like, my mouth is already like, you're going to throw up. I had one beer that was so much coffee that I had to run out the back door and puke.
I love coffee, man.
I hate it.
And I like it as black as the night, man.
No.
Is there coconut in this?
No, there's a whole lot
There's
going
everything
on
is
there.
in that.
As Jason put it earlier,
It's everything but the kitchen-
kitchen
Everything
sink.
but the kitchen sink.
I think it's got.
It's a bukkake beer. Everything's involved.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
so
toasted
Buku-
almonds. That's where I'm getting the.
So Buku Saigon.
Maybe
Wow.
I shouldn't have poured as much as.
It's at 18%.
So,
Have a good night.
well,
Let me see
Wow.
this is specifically for you, Senior.
I certainly appreciate it.
Yeah, I wanted this one. I can't believe we're kind of ending the year, sort of ending the year on finally getting this.
Ben's been sitting on this one for a long time.
Yeah.
He's been dying to get it off the show.
I think this one could probably sit for a long time because of how much alcohol is in it. I mean, I think that's one that you could probably break out in a year. I think I'm scared that I poured as much as I did. I thought, that's a big bottle, you know. I'm not a big bourbon person, though.
No,
I'm terrified to drink it. What I'm
no,
going to do here is
that's actually wow.
I'm going to crack this.
That was so worth waiting for.
it's not too boozy to me.
Wow.
It's very.
I have a feeling this is not going to be
I was
good
hoping
for
it was
me.
extra boozy because sometimes when they're barrel aged, it gets rid of the coffee taste for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I will say this: Austin's correct.
Wow, that is smooth.
I've had some.
I'm shocked.
I've had some bourbon barrel aged stouts and porters that were really. It was almost like taking a shot straight down.
Oh, yeah.
my God,
So
this
have
is
I.
not like
what I
that
was
for an
hoping.
18%.
I'll tell you,
That's what I was hoping for.
It's really, really
That
smooth.
I'll agree. That is amazingly. There is no burn. There's no
Yeah.
alcohol burn to this at all. That's
Tony hates.
pretty amazing. Nope. And it's got a good coffee taste to it.
Oh, it's
does.
very coffee.
that's a
taste.
very good beer.
If you-
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
all right. Here's
So-
true review. Everything they're saying is completely correct. I literally put it in my mouth, I swallowed, and then I dumped through. I didn't take a big mouthful, but if you enjoy coffee tasting beer, there is a little bit of like a cinnamon taste to it.
It's funny he mentioned coconut because I do get a coconut taste
I'm
to it.
getting-
A little
It-
bit,
It
yeah.
almost tastes like a cookie with like a bit of a
Yeah.
coconut.
You know what I
in
think it is?
Like a
The
coffee
toasted
cake.
almond.
Yeah.
I think it's the toasted almond that
If-
might be.
There's a nice chocolate taste in it too, but the coffee definitely stands out.
I can't believe that's 18%. I really
It does not
really
drink
can't.
like an 18%.
It absolutely does
That's
not.
scary.
this was fucking. This was the good crown
Yeah,
achievement. We
that's-
finally got it.
Ben hit it out of the park. on
You
this
know, I mean, it's not something I would drink a lot of
No.
all of the time.
Oh, God,
but I'll
no.
tell you, for like a holiday or
Well, well,
Being home
or a
on leave.
beer podcast, I
a beer
mean,
podcast.
I would definitely hit this.
man, was I fucking dying for this? So this is from Aslan. They have a new tap room in Alexandria, Virginia, but they're originally based out of Herndon, Virginia. They collaborated with Horse Age Ales and Monster Coffee for this bad boy.
Ah.
And this is aged in apple brandy and bourbon barrels for 12 months, then conditioned on Vietnamese coffee, Vietnamese cocoa nibs, cinnamon, and toasted almonds.
Vietnamese sweat.
Shocker, shocker! Vietnamese is gonna be the death of me.
This iteration presents notes of candied almonds, caramelized cinnamon apples, milk chocolate, and caramel with an awesome backbone of apple brandy and bourbon. And this is total 750 check-ins, monthly 28.
Wow.
And this is 18%, highest on the show so far. So
Wait, what was the triple conky dong?
that was like maybe like 10.
No, the triple.
The triple, I
A
think it might have
double
been
usually a 9.
a 10. That's probably a 10.
I think it goes like, I mean,
I thought we had a 15%.
I think a double
yeah,
is...
it's another Aslan Stout. It was the
Was it?
Neapolitan milk
That's
stout.
what it was.
The
Does it go
Neapolitan.
like double?
Tasted like legit.
Double
I
is
think
8. Anything like, I think double is
Singles
8
like
or
5 or
anything
6. Doubles like 7 to 8. 9 if you really are lucky. And then triples like 10 to like...
over. See, I thought
12.
like single
This
was
is this is 18.
like 2,
Yeah, right? Oh.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
2 8, and then like 8 was a double, and then like 10 was a triple. I don't know.
4 people had this checked in at a 4.3 average of 4.38. Everyone else gave it a 4.57.
Is there's like, do you, are you, can you,
I went
on
four-
Untappd, can
I
you
went
split it now?
4.25.
What do you mean?
Like, is it still in quarters, or did they do it
Yeah,
where you
quarters.
could?
Yeah, it's still in quarters.
All right.
I gave it a 4.25.
I didn't score it only because I don't like coffee.
I saw that.
But it's fair. That's fair though for you.
I didn't
That's
want.
the
I
thing.
didn't. I'm not ruining their check-in. I don't want to give it a 3 or like a 1
And shit all over it.
No, I'm not. I'm not. It's, that's like saying like, "Hey, I know I don't like this, so I'm gonna drink it," and then say your beer sucks, knowing what
I
went
do
into
that,
it.
but I put it like a note, like I'm not a I am a coffee drinker, but I put like I'm not a coffee drinker. If I was, I'd probably like this a lot more because it really tastes like
Yeah,
coffee.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know? But because it's this.
Yeah. So
I
I'm already poured the pocket knife.
I don't know. For me, this is like, I mean, oh, geez, it's really unique. So, like, taste a little bit more here.
Go ahead, go for it. Take your time.
I gave it actually a 4.75.
Really?
Yes, I like that.
Wow.
I
Listen, this is real. If I was a coffee taster, I would honestly go high 4.5, 4.75, because that being an 18% with the bourbon aged barrel and everything that's mixed into that, it was a very good taste minus the heavy coffee notes.
I mean, for me, this is a 4.
You know what? I'm doing it.
You gave it a 5?
I'm giving it a 5.
Yeah, for me, it's a 4
giving it a 5.
only
Well,
because
Who's the rainbow guy on your phone all the time?
Oh, those are that's Yags and them.
Oh, that's the rainbow?
Yeah,
Oh.
they call them. Yeah, I'll tell you later about
Yeah.
that.
They're allies.
I would give this a 4, but only because, like, I mean, I'm only this far through, and I'm like kind of like
Buzzed.
petering out a little bit, you know. Like,
Yeah.
it's really, really good, but it's really,
Rich. Decadent.
yeah. I mean, it's like you couldn't.
Heavy.
This is not an all-day beer, as you said.
No,
you know
this
what I
is
mean?
like break out the holidays. Like
yeah, one and done. It's heavy.
Yeah, it's really, really. Yeah, it's really heavy. I mean, but you don't have that alcohol taste to it, but it is very
Well,
heavy.
we're in no rush for you to pound that by all
No.
means. So
I'm
so
nursing that.
we'll strike
Wow.
up a little conversation so you guys have more time to do your beer here. One of your questions that you had before the show was, what is the weirdest beer?
Oh, no. My question was, what is the weirdest thing, or what is the most odd thing that you ever had in a beer?
So, like, in other words, like, what was the
Like-
weirdest ingredient?
Like,
in
okay,
a
so
beer
for
that you
instance,
had?
this beer here has mashed potatoes in it. I've never had a beer with mashed potatoes
and
in it.
cranberry sauce.
Yeah, but
Weed.
you've had
Probably the weirdest thing I've
like
had in a beer.
actual weed.
You guys tell me.
No, it was hemp.
Hemp.
Oh, the hempinator.
Yeah, or what he had.
The New Belgium.
There's a whole
Hemper.
bunch of different hemp beers. They have they have the hemp tails. They have the 420 by. There's just a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, I think New Belgium does, like, what is it? Is it the hempinator? Is that what that
I
was?
had one.
Hemperor.
What did I have at
That one's good. I
Compass
like that
Rose
one.
that night with you? I didn't like it.
420, I think,
Oh,
is
God,
that
I
the
don't-
Sweetwater
I don't
one?
remember.
I think it was.
Actually, I got to go back on that. The Are we going the weirdest thing or the worst?
Well, weirdest.
I think weirdest is to be
Hemp.
like, wow.
Hemp.
Weirdest.
Yeah, that one's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll chime in because I had something close. I actually had a beer that had catnip flowers in it.
Really?
Yeah, and it was called like something like, it was weird. It was like Cute Kitten or something like, but it was, like it had like catnip in it.
Yeah.
It was odd. Yeah.
We had, what was the one on the it wasn't really broccoli though, but it was a broccoli beer.
It was probably another half beer.
It was.
And it just like had like it was like the whole like visual kind of like the whole build like with the hops that made it taste somewhat like it, and you're like, wow.
It was a really good beer. Really, really good. I had like 4 cans of that.
You know what? By far, I would say, well, that was other half, but other half has a single hop, right? It's a 5.5 and 60 ounce cans called Florets. Scob and I had one. Oh my god, he's like, wow, this is really good. He just fucking pounded the 16 ounce in like 5 seconds. It was nutty.
I've watched Scob
It was good.
I watched Scob do a suicide beer. So if there's like 6 beers on tap, he'll go up and say, give me a little off each tap.
I would do that.
Yeah.
It was funny.
We've done on this show a couple times.
When I was young, like when I went to the skating ring, I used to get like, you get the suicide of the sodas. So the one morning I walked into the Cocoa Hut in Mahanoy City, and I did a suicide of coffee, and the guy just looked at me.
Hey, nothing broke.
It's a party.
Nothing
foul.
broke. I don't want to hear it.
That's the bend button.
That's the bed button.
That's the bend button.
Oh,
When we first got the board, we're like, we have this new button for Ben, and as soon as the show started, he started singing, and I was like, well, we're already in.
Didn't take very long. Like 5 minutes in. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
weirdest, yeah. I don't like coconut in beer. That's but like
I don't like coconut at all.
It tastes like suntan lotion. The one beer we had from who was it at Brewfest that they had the coffee? It wasn't coffee cakes, but it was like the chocolate peanut butter beer. And it tasted like a tasty cake.
Oh, that's Lost Tavern, 3 years gone, and that was
No, it wasn't Lost Tavern. It was the people who won the.
No, because if you're saying the tasty cake beer, that is Lost Tavern.
It wasn't because I don't know the name, but I know that's not the name of the people who won.
The one that won was the blueberry.
No, I'm talking about for the tag team belts.
Oh, is it Feinstock and Bear?
Fankins. They were the one who made the tasty cake beer last year.
Oh, okay.
They were on the left side of the street and had a white tent.
Yeah.
They were kind of by themselves. They had a tasty cake beer. It was really good. Take your time, man. Take your time.
Dude, I'm like, I am too. Look at me.
Yeah, we have we do have some other cool stuff lined up. We're gonna try to go into some bars this year. I know some bars that are interested are Strikers in Pottsville again, Black Diamond in Frackville,
Killer Wings. You guys had them tonight, right?
Killer Wings.
Oh yeah, Killer Wings.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Good I thought you said Killer Winks for a second. I was like,
No. They have some cool beer on tap. I've been in there.
Yeah, they do really well with the craft beer.
Decent selection, yeah.
Yeah.
Some rumors, not really rumors, but we're definitely gonna probably go back to McNiff's. They treat us really well there. We'll be back there soon. Trying to think of some other places that we're possibly in the works with. Hucklebucks, I think what's his name's wife said that they're talking about having us in. You chugged it. Good for you.
Hucklebuck.
It is.
Why does that name sound familiar?
It's next.
I'm gonna rinse out my glass.
Yeah.
That used to be it used to be what was that one Irish bar? It's in St. Clair.
No, that's next door.
Well, no, but I'm just saying now it's the
Wooden
Griffin
Keg.
House. The Wooden Keg it used to be,
Griffin House
then
is
it's the
closed.
Griffin House.
It's already closed.
Get out of here.
I never see it open.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wooden Keg?
Well, the Wooden Keg closed and then became
in
the
Pottsville.
Griffin
Yeah.
House.
And then
yeah.
it became the Griffin House and it's already closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, the Wooden Keg in St. Clair is still open.
It's still open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll probably be there for a little bit. We'll have some other cool things lined up. But yeah, we're do some bars.
I'm still going
One
to
of
bring some wacky beer.
One of the Wooden Kegs closed though, right?
Pottsville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the one that had the dumbwaiter or no?
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, I think so, because they had it upstairs.
Yeah. The dumbwaiter, it was... I think it was like super slow because it always took you 8 hours to get your food in there.
Right. The other one's cool though because it has that downstairs. It has the tunnel
Yes.
Yeah, that's very cool.
And a
it has-
speakeasy.
It has a speakeasy.
Right. You're right.
Behind the bookcase.
That's
Yeah.
very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, the
They
one
have
in St.
good
Clair's
like
nice.
homemade pierogies there.
Yeah. I like that place because I like when I walk into a bar and they have it either on bottle or on tap. Is Chesterfield. A bar always gets extra bonus points if they have Chesterfield on product.
I don't see the. Yeah, okay.
What? You don't like Chesterfield?
I mean, look,
I love it.
it's
I
all
love
right.
it. I love it.
Not my favorite Yingling product, but it's not bad. On tap, it's much better. I think it's much better on tap.
For me, still, my favorite was the IPL.
Yeah.
And that's just because I'm an IPA drinker, so from Yingling, that was
I
the
heard
closest I got.
rumors of a new beer coming. I don't know any details on it. I just heard rumors that Yingling has a new beer on tap, and it's coming very soon.
Well, it's funny because that Hershey one, like, and I'm not even gonna lie. If I would have been on this, I could have told you about that a while before it came out, before they announced it.
Well,
I had, like, a kind of inside scoop on that.
We kind of knew before it was announced because someone, when they did like a closed behind doors presentation, someone snapped a picture of the presentation, and then it leaked online.
Yeah.
And someone's like, "Hey, I know you do a beer podcast. I'm not the one who did this, but here's a photo of."
I could
beer.
actually get you some good stories about Dick Yingling because, believe it or not, a guy who was in my wedding,
I heard he's a very, very nice guy.
yeah, his father is very good friends with Dick Yingling. In fact, he was either in Dick Yingling's wedding or Dick Yingling was in his wedding.
Really?
Yeah, that could have he's like been to his place in Florida and stuff like that. Yeah.
Listen, man, I know
I've
I
heard
know a
some
lot
good
of people-
stories actually.
I know a lot of people are pissed off, like, oh, they're not union no more. They fucked over employees. I've never met someone who works for Yingling that says, I hate my job. I'm just being honest. Most people who work for Yingling don't leave.
Right.
They don't leave. They get paid very well. The company does very good things for them.
Yeah.
That's where I kind of heard there might be a new beer at their company party. There might have been something new on tap for them.
I swear when I went on the brewery tour down there, which was really, really cool, and I'm very glad that I did, I swear I saw him, like, Dick in the shadows.
Really?
Yeah, no shit. I mean, I swear he was there.
Yeah.
But I can't confirm or deny, and I
Listen,
wasn't about to ask him,
One of my things I would love to do for this show is I would love to set up a table and sit down and do it in the mansion, or I would love to do something with Yingling. Just being in our backyard. I don't know, man. Like I'm very proud of where I come from. I'm very proud to be Schuylkill County, and I enjoy their product.
Like I said, one of my very, very good close friends of mine, his father is very good friends with him.
Yeah.
So you never know, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see, yeah.
Man, if we can have Dick sit down and have a beer with us, or his daughters,
Yeah.
that'd be amazing. It'd be awesome.
Well, never say never, man.
Yeah.
You can tell him your Trogue story.
Yeah, where I told him I'd rather drink a Yingling over a Trogs.
He get kicked
Vice
out of
president of fucking Trogues. He said, your beer sucks.
Did you really say that?
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing.
Did you know it
And
was
Senior
him?
just
No.
dropped.
No idea.
His soul dropped into his stomach.
I was not a craft beer drinker
were
at the time.
Yeah.
In Hershey, no less.
We were in
it's not-
Hershey.
yeah,
We were
in his front yard.
We were
basically.
in the VIP box of a Hershey Bears game. He's talking to some gentleman, white hair, very rich looking. I look like me, just in jeans and a hoodie. And I walk up to him, and I have a Yingling in my hand, and the guy's like, and he has this beer I've never seen before. Now at the time, I'm still freshly 21. Like I'm not.
Yeah, you weren't all that.
I wasn't really drinking at the time, and I was when I was a freshly turned 21 beer drinker. I was like, I want to drink like a man. I don't want to drink like a sissy.
Yeah.
So they're like, do you want a Miller Lite? I'm like, no, I don't want light beer. Like, what am I, a chick? Like, I was super masculine. Like, I wasn't. But like, you want to do a shot? Like, yeah, whiskey. Put Jack. Like for almost the first 4 years, all I would ever touch was Jack or Jameson. And then if I drank beer, it was like lager, or like I drank like a man's beer. You know?
So do you like Trogues or do you not like
So
Trogues?
now, love Trogues.
Yeah.
One of my favorite beers. But at the time, if you would have handed me a peach beer or a apple ale, I'd have been like, get out of here. So he was drinking a blueberry beer. Not a craft beer drinker. Never had a craft. I mean, I'm lying by saying I never had a craft beer because I drank Yingling at the time, and I didn't know the world of craft. I thought Yingling's like one of the main players. Like I didn't realize that they're very. Like, you can't go and get one in Texas.
Right,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So I walk up to this guy, I have my Yingling in my hand, and the guy goes, "What are you drinking there?" And I'm like, "Yingling, hometown beer, baby." You know what I mean? Like, just cocky asshole. And the guy goes, "Why don't you try your dad's beer there?" And I grab it out of his hand, and I drink it, and I go, "Fucking sucks." And he goes, "You don't like it?" I was like, "No." I said, "Fucking blueberry beer. Like, what the hell? Why are you putting blueberries in beer? If I wanted blueberries, I'd eat a blueberry. I'm not putting it in my beer."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm blah, 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 VIP of Trogs." And I went, "Well, your beer needs work, man." And I walked away.
Wow.
And he's like, "You fucking prick." Yeah. He was there like on business, and
So that was before your intervention to craft beer.
It was. And then I had much later I had a beer, and they're like Trogs, and I was like, "Oh, I don't like Trogs," because I had that one experience.
Right.
And then I had it, and now Trogs, I'll drink Trogs all day long.
It's so funny because like craft beer has become such a like popular thing.
and
you
that's
know what I mean?
over 10 years now.
And
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easy 10 years ago.
It's funny because like I actually read an article where this guy who was a recovering alcoholic, and he said that he was pissed because he missed out on drinking craft beer. Because when he was an alcoholic, he just drank like Budweiser and stuff like that, and now he sees all this shit with like fucking mashed potatoes and everything else. You know, he's like he was pissed because he missed out on the craft beer.
It's like,
craze,
I can download an app and like get scored on my beers.
Yeah.
I'd have been a G.
No, as far as Trogs go, Nimble Giant's a big one for me, man.
Yeah.
I like them.
I think I have a Nimble Giant sticker somewhere on the table.
Yeah,
Right
it's
here.
Good shit, man.
What's the other one they do that once a year? Not the Nimble Giant, the other one.
Oh, the
Hop Nugget.
No.
Or
Mad Elf.
It looks like a Nimble Giant can.
No. It's the one that has a
Nugget
cat
Nectar.
on it. Yeah,
Nugget Nectar.
I think it is Nugget Nectar.
Nugget
might be
Nectar.
it.
Had to think of it for a little bit there.
Yeah.
Personally, what got me into Trogs was their barley one called Flying Mouflon. That's a pretty wild one. It's like a darker ale type.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now-
They don't even
guess
do it
which
anymore.
Trogs is my favorite?
Java Porter.
There you go.
Really? Yeah. I wanted to try that double blizzard, man.
Yeah, I want
But
to.
the place I went got one case.
Oh.
I went in,
Where
gone.
did we? I had that.
We made a plug for the blood orange beer, and I said, "Man, I would love to try this blood orange beer. Is my favorite."
Yeah.
And Trogs liked my comment.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, I like Trogs, man. They're local. They're doing shit, you know.
I don't know how much we were
didn't
actually invited to be there, or if I don't know how it worked, but we were with people who knew Trogs, so we were able to set up and do an episode like in their restaurant.
Yeah.
And at the time, we had really shitty microphones that wouldn't have worked in the situation we were in.
was like,
a lot of background noise. It picked up the hum the whole time.
Yeah.
And I couldn't use any of it. But we actually set up and did an episode in Trogs, but I just couldn't use any of it.
The one thing I saw about Trogs lately was the Mad Elf is only available in cans if you get it in the variety pack. It is not available in cans any other way other than in the variety pack. Otherwise, it's in bottles.
Mad Elf. So you know how you have like a really bad whiskey night, and you're like, you go back and do a shot of that whiskey. You're like, it brings you right back to that night.
Right.
The only beer that ever does that to me is Mad Elf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I drink it, I'm like, oh, it brings me right back to
For me, it's not a beer. It would be a Mad Dog 2020.
Yeah.
we had that.
Banana Red. Not a good story.
We had a whole bunch of malt liquor for the one episode when it was the boys upstairs, and I put Mad Dog 2020 Orange Julius for the last one. It was bad.
We all had big brown bags.
Yeah.
It was a brown bag episode.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
should
God.
have like a brown bag episode with 40s of malt liquor where we guess which one is like
Oh,
what.
God.
You know, that would be cool.
We used to do the brown bag when I was growing up. We used to do the brown bag with the quarts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like quarts, 40 ounces. Yeah, do like
I didn't do the Mad Dog in the brown paper bag. I did the
last
Bavarian.
last brown bag episode we did. Our stomachs were
Bavarian, yeah.
fucked up for like 4 days.
Yeah, even mine. That was bad.
I was fucked up for like 4 days.
Mad Dog we used to do before a football game.
What was
over in
the
Shenandoah.
beer that was in? It was on the can. It was a Red Bulldog.
Red Dog.
That's
Oh,
Killian's. Was that Killian's?
No,
that was
that's
Red
Red
Dog.
Dog.
That was
Yeah,
Red
Red
Dog.
Is it still a thing?
they don't make Red Dog anymore.
I
that
always
was horrible.
I always wanted to try it because our neighbor, when we lived on South Street, it was a lady and her two grandsons, and the one grandson had like probably a drinking problem because the entire underneath the porch was filled with like thousands of cases and bottles and 40s. Like he would hide down there and just throw it. And I just remember like our ball would go in there and I'd go get it and it would smell like Old Sale beer and there would be just thousands of cases with his Red Bulldog. And I was like, oh, that's really cool because growing up, as him being a firefighter, I would always like Mack trucks because I could tell Mack. I thought I was a car guy. Like you know, people like, oh, I know it's a Dodge, bro. Yeah. Me, I knew Max because the Bulldog hanging off the front of the truck, and I'm like, well, they're my favorite fire trucks clearly because they have the Bulldog on there. I always wanted like just one of the hood ornaments off of. Never ever got one, but
they're tough to get.
My pop has like 3 of them. I had 3 of them. We have a
really.
few,
I always wanted one. I never got it.
Was it ever a thing when? I don't know why I'm saying this. When you were a kid to like cut the hood ornaments off of cars?
I never did. No.
What was that like a?
Not in our neighborhood.
That wasn't a thing in our when I was growing up. That wasn't a thing.
That was like a fad in my era.
We were
like
shitheads. We were shitheads. Like when we would like a Sopra car or TP or shoot paintball. But like I feel like we still had like somewhat stand. Like we weren't doing mass property damage to stuff.
Yeah.
Except one time, my one friend lit a fire in an entryway in a fucking abandoned house and ran away. And then I was like, oh my god.
I wasn't
this
here
house
for this episode.
is going to burn down.
I remember that.
So I ran in and put the fire out, and I was like, "Ooh, thank God!" Like I put the fire out, thinking I'm a fucking hero. And then after I put the fire out, I ran. But I'm like, all right, I'm like Batman. I could never tell anyone we did this because we'll get in trouble in the first place. So we ran out, and we're like, "Yeah, we're cool," and we got caught. But I'm the only one who didn't start it and put it out, and I'm the one who got grounded for like 4 months, and my other 2 friends got nothing. I was so pissed.
Man, you're badass. I never did anything like that.
The shitting grill, like, yeah.
I blew up a mailbox with an M80, but that's like the extent of my...
That's a felony.
Well,
I've never once did anything bad to a house, so.
You burnt the house down.
The only, like one of the bad things I ever did. There's this one kid that had like an apple and he was just rolling it and it still had the skin intact. It was like all like applesauce. And so we were playing like flag football at a buddy's place. And my one buddy was going, he had a Ford Explorer, for those that wanted to make fun of him.
A Ford Focus?
Yeah, no, Exploder.
Okay.
But here it was my buddy and the kid that rolled the apple in this applesauce consistency kept the skin intact, Whizzer. I go, hey, Whizzer, here's your apple. I launched the fucking thing, right, thinking it's going to go over the fucking car. Boom, fucking exploded all over the side window. And
did it break the window?
No, it didn't break the window.
So you threw an apple at a car?
It fucking blew up. Like, it instantly blew
applesauce
up.
All over.
Yeah,
and
applesauce.
He looked at me like, he slammed the brakes and he's looking at me and I'm like, oh shit. And my buddies are like, oh my God, I can't believe you fucking did that. And I'm like, oh man. So I take off my hood. They're like, clean up the car. Clean up the fucking car. I'm like, all right.
Like, suck it, bitch. Take it to a car wash.
But that was pretty fun. I wish I had that. That would have been like an America's Funniest Home Video, like 10 grand easy.
When Jimmy Killian, you never knew this story, but when Jimmy Killian lived on Main Street, we used to go up in his attic because his roof was pitched and the other half of his roof was flat. So we used to go up to one pitch side, and we would have like old fruit and like milk and apples and crab apples, and we'd hit cars on 54 as they were driving past his house.
Because they're a bunch of fucking hoodlums.
I can't say I've never done something similar.
I was very young. We did that though.
I still think my favorite story is you tapping kegs and trash cans in Shenandoah.
Oh yeah.
They'd get a keg. They would take the trash can out of the trash can, put the keg in the trash can, and then just sneak the hose out of the side of the trash can and fill up Gears Iced Tea containers and drink all night.
So they can Gears Iced Tea.
So what do we think about Pocket Knife? Those guys like finish it all, right?
Yeah,
I did.
425. I gave that one, I believe.
No, that's not it. This was...
I've had this before.
It's another hazy.
Yeah, I gave it a 425.
From Pocket.
Yeah, another hazy. I wasn't a big fan. It's a little too grapefruity, citrusy for me. I gave it a 325, but it wasn't bad. It's just not my favorite type of beer.
I gave it a 4 even because I thought it was really good, but it's definitely lighter to me than the goggles.
Than the double.
Yeah.
But you also just came off a fucking 18%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bukkake
Jesus. Oh my
Yeah, I don't know. It
God.
was a 4.25 for me.
Yeah,
I
I made
mean,
a 4.25.
you know, I actually think I like the goggles a little bit more, which kind of goes.
I still
against
think
my,
I still think the best one I've had so far is still Broken Heel. I really like Broken Heel.
Give me a touch more of that.
well, it's always
Just a
available.
touch.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Mashed
what
potatoes.
what are some things that you're looking forward to for the new year when it comes to Bangin Beers?
As far as the show,
Yeah.
me being on it. This is like my first official episode.
It is.
I was only guest
Really?
prior to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
his debut was if he had like an origin story, it was the Hershey beers.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, McNiffs.
He walked
What
in.
are we drinking?
K thanks. He walked in with nothing but sideburns and a hat.
Yeah.
And I remember I said
I'll bring
on.
those back.
Did you ever watch the episode?
Yeah.
When you're walking in and I see you, I say I'm like, look at this guy. I was like, I like this guy. We're getting him over here. And I'm like, yo, want to come over? And I didn't know you knew that we were doing this. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
thought you-
I knew Ben, you know.
yeah, I
Like,
thought you were going to be just like some random guy. I'm going to get on the show. And and then that was born.
Okay, so this is K Thanks. This is the wacky beer, mashed potato IPA brewed with cranberries.
This is about a month old.
about a month old, a day shy of a month.
It is industrial.
200,
industrial.
Yeah, industrial
257 check-ins total.
They are from Garnerville, New York.
Smells terrible.
It does.
Well, look, the not cool in high school episode, we were comparing the smell of beer to cat piss. So, I mean, like, how far off are we? I don't really smell anything.
Really? All right. So we did have an episode one time where we had a can that I think was just canned wrong by Rotunda, and it was like
Rotten eggs.
It smelled like it. So we picked up the can. It felt empty, but it had so much pressure in it that it almost felt like the can was it was like I was like, Ben, you got an empty can.
Yeah.
And when we cracked it, it was like. It was like
Yeah.
draining a CO2
Right,
tank.
right, right.
And then once the air left, it was like almost a full can, but it felt light. Like I don't know what happened. And I went to smell it, and it smelled like rotten eggs, like pure sulfur.
Yeah.
And I was like, "There's no way I'm drinking this. There's no way." And then he tried it, and then somebody else tried it, and they're like, "It tastes amazing." And like I can't get it past my nose. And then once I finally worked up the courage and did
You're
it,
like, yep.
it was really good.
You're
But
like,
I
yep.
was like,
What was it?
It was like I think it was peach Melba,
I don't remember.
peach Melba sweet.
It was canned weird. Like there was something
Yeah.
wrong with the canning process.
Well, look, small operation.
Yeah, 100%. Like I'm not. I would, dude. It would never turn me off the beer completely, but it was just one funky can.
If it,
It
smelled
can.
like- if it,
It
smelled
can.
bad, I
Yeah. If
probably
you
wouldn't
if you
drink
were
it.
a brand new person and never had their beer before, it could definitely.
I'm a huge fan of Rotunda.
Me too.
Love those guys, man.
I am as well. But it was,
Especially my
just,
boy Mike.
it was one. It was just one funky can.
Good
is,
guy.
is the Mike guy the one that did the peach one after?
Mike.
Weird taste.
Mike Rotunda is like one of the owners. He's like
Who's the one that did the peach beer after? And it was like the general peach.
I think
or
that's I think that's Kevin. The one-
General Sideburns. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Kevin.
General
Yeah, he's a good
Burnside.
dude too.
I mean,
Burnside. Yeah.
We met Kevin, and then whoever the other guy was that was brewing that.
Eric
day.
is the brewer.
Eric's the
bald guy.
brewer. Steve is like another guy that you see there a lot.
Steve
We
Gleck. He's
only
the
met two.
artist.
We only met two.
I know those guys from the Budweiser, so I'm just
Steve's
like,
the
I know
artist.
those guys.
Yeah, Kevin's like, I seen him lug around. He's like the whipping boy. I'm afraid, but I love all those guys, man. They're great.
Well, it's not terrible.
Well, that's a good way
not
to
terrible.
good way to open it up.
All right. So if this is the gimmick
Wait.
beer,
Mashed potatoes. Yes or no?
I don't taste. It tastes to me like warm PBR.
it's flat. It has a flat taste to the end. So like if that's the mashed potato,
I go ahead.
so you drink it and you get the initial tang sweetness of cranberry, and then it just flattens out at the end.
If I'm not tasting mashed potatoes, I'm disappointed, and I haven't tasted it. So let's see.
No pressure.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, I didn't.
You got rid of it to get rid of it, or
I got rid of it to get rid of it. I didn't. The mashed potatoes completely
I don't really
escaped
taste
me.
mashed potatoes, but it tastes like orange.
Yeah.
I got like an orangey taste. What's
I
in
picked
this
up the
thing?
cranberry taste, but it's like a tart sweet cranberry. I was half expecting that.
Whoa,
Mashed
Did a bad-
potatoes.
It does have a. It does. So how we were talking about the hazy has like a fluffy.
Yeah.
It has a fluffy.
If that's the mashed potatoes, then that's what the mashed potatoes are there for, to make it that hazy, fluffy. But
When it comes to would I drink this all day? No. When it comes to it's something cool they've done for the sake of a gimmick, I'll give it a 3.25.
It was something different. I picked it up like about about a month
Yeah.
ago because they have a location, they have a tap room.
Unless you
in
time travel,
Beacon.
it's about the only time you could have got it.
not
It's only a
terrible.
month
I mean,
old.
it's not terrible, but it's not
It's different.
it's not great.
Yeah,
It's different.
like if it
It's
was
different.
I'd
It's
have
not
it.
bad.
I'd have it once and call it a day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I just don't feel right rating it. I didn't rate it. So
Really?
I just, yep.
Fair enough.
Because to me, like when I drink it, it just tastes like somebody had like a PBR and sat it out for like 2 hours and then I drank it. Like it just has that like
It's got
not
like,
like a skunky flavor, but like that like warm flavor.
Yeah.
So we just hit an hour mark.
I got like an orangey taste to it.
We just hit the hour mark. Do you want to do the smoothie one that you bought?
I would like to do the smoothie.
Huh?
That sounded really good.
All right.
And then
We'll sneak one more in.
Sneak one more and
to
then
make
call
it a
it a night.
6-pack.
Yeah.
And then I will crown the beer of the night.
Okay.
Izzy K, thanks.
Maybe.
I have my beer of the night, and
Yeah, everyone get. I want to
I have my beer of
That's
the
what I'm saying. Like everyone
I
give
think
their
I'm
beer
the
of the
only
night.
one who's not going to pick a different beer. I'm going to be the only one who doesn't pick the beer everyone else picks.
I think that's. I think we should end the show on everyone gives their beer of the night.
You want to grab it, Ben?
I think it's safe to say
Sure.
you know what you're not picking.
Yeah. Listen, going back to it though, like
You guys are a bunch of lost. Look at me and Ben are still drinking here. Look at these guys.
if you want to watch a funny episode, is when we had the boys from not Bad Maggie, Apollo 88 on, and fucking they were just like, good beer, and they would just chug it.
Oh, Steve.
Yes.
Oh my god. And then my reaction to Steve, like I'm looking at him, he goes, whoop. Whoop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing, man? And he's like, I can't help it, man. I just drink. And I'm like,
He just opens
Fucking
his mouth
just
and
enjoy it.
disappears. It just disappears.
the more conscientious one was Bane.
Bane.
He was the only good one. He was just like sip.
I love those kids, man.
Sip. The other guy, the drummer, I liked him. He was a little nutty. He was
Nate.
like whoop whoop whoop. And then like he'd nurse it a little bit.
Yeah.
It was funny.
So this is called Smooth Dreams from Captain Lawrence.
Yargy Malargy.
I did buy this because I never had a Captain Lawrence that hold on, this is I have to make sure we get the right one here. Brewed with blueberry, cherry, vanilla, and milk sugar.
Say Smooth Dreams.
There's a few
Smoothie
there's a
Dreams.
few of them
They should
though.
do a French
So
fry
it's
version.
Smoothie Dreams.
Which one?
Blueberry, cherry, vanilla, milk sugar.
All right, so it doesn't have a logo on it.
No. So this one has been checked in by 0 of my friends, and it only has 257 check-ins total, and it gets a 3.66. Hopefully that doesn't deter anyone, but I've had Captain Lawrence IPAs, and they've had like the Hop Devil and the Hop Whammy. Very, very excellent beers. Very good.
I don't think
7.2.
Hop
Oh,
Devil.
I'm sorry. That's Connecticut.
No, Hop Devil is. No, I'm thinking of the Lancaster one. That's
Yeah,
like Hop
I
Dog.
know. I just confused Captain Lawrence with Connecticut Valley. That's
Yeah.
what just
Are you
happened.
talking about
Hop Devil's Victory, isn't it?
Victory? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
We did have another Captain Lawrence. I just can't remember what it was, but I do remember Captain Lawrence.
Yeah,
I remember.
Hop
I think it was
Devil's
Cookie
Victory.
Puss.
Was it?
I think it was Cookie
I
Puss.
just
I'm very
remember-
certain
I
that it
remember
was.
enjoying
Yeah, they did, and they did Fudgy the beer too.
Yeah.
Did you have Fudgy the beer?
I don't think I did.
Yeah.
It was at the Carvel Cake one.
It was a chocolate stout. It was like collab with. They did Cookie Opus, which was like the a stout as well, which was the Irish Cookie Puss. Then they did a Cookie Puss IPA. Then they did Fudgy the beer, which was like a stout. Milk sugar means lactose, by the way.
No
pick
shit,
this up?
Sherlock.
Yeah,
Did you pick this up?
it's a little poor for me, man.
Did you pick this up?
We both did.
Holy
I won't take full
shit.
credit on this one.
You like it?
I love this.
I personally would let that not be as cold.
I
To
would
me-
drink a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
To me, it's super cold.
Yeah.
And I feel like flavor's trying to come out, but it's
Yeah.
not there. Like I'm not getting as much flavor as I thought I was going to get.
Let that sit a half hour.
Maybe not a half hour. We don't have that kind of time.
No,
Like
I'm just saying.
5-10
you let
minutes
that sit.
maybe.
Yeah.
Sit
You're
that, let
supposed
that
to,
sit
you're
10,
supposed to
15
turn the
minutes.
can too. We didn't do that.
What do you mean?
Sediment.
Limited release.
I think I got the whole
Sediment?
amount of that, yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Do you remember with Fallen Pride with the answer beers that we
Yeah,
got?
they were
that
like
was like
smoothies.
fucking. Bleh. It was just like a whole like sludge bomb.
Yeah,
but
we didn't do the sediment shake.
That's all right.
7.2 Smoothie Dreams by
God.
Captain Lawrence Brewing Company.
Really good.
It's good. I just feel like the flavor's not. I thought it would have a lot more flavor. I think the blueberry and the cherry are canceling themselves out. That's just my opinion. It has a berry taste, but I think they're counteracting each other.
Yeah, I agree with you with that because I can kind of taste that as well.
Two of the smoothie beers I've had.
Let me give you a little bit.
Oh god.
No, just
okay.
so you don't have all settlement, so you have some top of the can.
Okay.
Two of the smoothie beers I've had, besides this one, Hot for Teacher, which was at the keg stand. The first time that was the first ever smoothie beer I've ever had. So when I poured it into the glass, it had all the sediment in it. Like it was chunky sediment. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is a bad beer. And then I drank it, and then I understood about like
Yeah,
the
turn
sediment
it.
and everything.
Really does throw an element in there.
Not so much a smoothie beer, but the gelato beers from South County. Amazing beers.
What kind of beer was it that with the huge collab from everybody from Brewfest?
The banana.
That was a good beer too.
I think that was the Abercalabra.
It was
Abercalabra.
Abercalabra.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that name.
Yeah.
I'm
was a-
I'm
it
hitting
was
on
a-
all cylinders
It was
right
a banana
You are.
banana split beer. Yeah. I still think the shoulda had her in custody was a really good one too. The blueberry.
Well, that one.
Yeah, that was the one that won.
I had a wicked collab at the Well that was in New York because Hudson Valley was releasing a collaboration with that bar, and they had the Omni Polo Scope, and it was like 12 breweries.
Oh yeah, we had that.
Well, this is a totally different one. This
Oh.
was like a wild, wacky, fucking fruity bullshit one. It was just like. It was like kind of this color, but like a deep, rich purple. It was like you're drinking like velvet. That's how ridiculous it looked. But man, did that taste phenomenal. That was like a nutty beer. Like all those breweries and all that shit in it.
Is
Wow.
Captain Lawrence out of PA or no?
I think that one's in New
They're out
York.
of New York,
New York.
Yeah.
Elmhurst, I want to say.
I should try and get some Great Notion again. They
after
make some cool
letting it
stuff.
sit a little bit, I'm getting more blackberry
Yeah,
or blueberry. Is it blackberry or blueberry?
blueberry cherry.
Yeah, blueberry.
Yeah, I'm tasting a little bit more of the fruit now. The more I'm letting it warm up.
Yep.
It's not bad.
It's good. I give it a 3.5. What about you?
That'd be a fair assessment. Yeah, I'll give it a 3.5
Is
as
still
well.
a red light in that camera?
There is.
All right, cool.
Don't worry.
I
I'd
can't
be
see
like,
it from
oh
here.
shit. It'd be like, if you hear that, you're like, what? I'm like,
Yeah.
really?
It's all Ben's fault.
I gave it a. What did I give it?
I gave it a 3.25.
3.75 or 4.
3.5. My phone's.
I
about
gave
to
it a
die.
4.
I'm gonna check it in now because my phone's about to die.
I gave it a 4. I thought it was really good.
I wouldn't rate it any higher until like what Tony said. It gets warmed up a little bit.
I do have 3 more cans of it, so I'll definitely have it again
You
before.
have 2. Bring one with me.
All right, I'll have 2 cans left. But yeah, so
I'll have 1 because you're taking one for Dad.
we'll wrap it up on that note. What did you think of your first Bangin Beers?
Yeah, it's cool.
Got it out of your system now. You got
That last
we
one.
didn't even crown our.
Oh yeah, that's before we
Got
wrap
crown.
it up.
That's a 2 for me.
A 2,
Your favorite? What's your favorite?
Oh, okay.
Bukkake.
The Bukkake's the best. I mean, look, I would not drink a shitload of this. But
you would die.
But one of these
Yeah.
for a night, mixing with, this is a great beer.
Yeah,
This is the best beer of the night for me.
for an 18, that is delicious. For 18, that is impressive. How
Everyone must review their best beer of the night. This is mine, right there.
If it didn't have coffee, it'd be mine as well. Just for the sheer fact that I hear bourbon aged, and most bourbon barrel aged beers, you taste them and they're super boozy.
I hate bourbon barrel beers. I don't like bourbon. I don't like anything to do with bourbon. But when I drink that beer, I taste quality.
Yeah, 100%. I would agree. Minus the coffee, it's a great beer. I'm just not a coffee drinker.
I taste more of the coconut with your pops, man.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, that was like more of a coconut-y type taste.
Mm-hmm. I would go... Oh man, I would probably go pocket knife as my favorite.
Yeah,
knife.
that's a good choice. That'd probably be second for me.
Here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna move them up, and we're gonna go the tally of the knife.
I'm gonna be
so if it's
I'm gonna be
closer to
honest.
the camera,
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest though. This is very, very close.
Yeah, that's really
I fully
good too.
agree because
Yeah.
I was stuck between pocket knife and goggles
Yeah.
because they're both like you said with a stout. It's super smooth. Like
That's
it has that
definitely
coffee.
my top 3 right there.
Yeah, it has that nice coffee like coconut flavor, but I could just see myself drinking goggles or pocket knife constantly all day.
Yeah.
like
So-
they're just it's a refreshing beer.
I think the goggles is a hazy double, right? And the
It
pocket
is.
Hazy
knife
double,
is a
yep.
single.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's a. I think
No, they're
that's
both
a hazy
It's just a
IPA.
hazy IPA. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
okay.
I'd probably go like definitely that, and just because that's so much different. It's so good. I mean, an 8%. I don't get that. I don't get the 18% at all. I don't get.
They're
that
magicians
taste,
at that shit.
It's dangerous.
And even though it's funny because I rate the pocket knife, I think like a 4.25, and the goggles like a 4.0. I'd actually probably go the goggles and then the pocket knife. You know,
I would all right. So if it was coming down to price, and these are both like,
I'm sure that's skyrocketing.
I'm just saying, if it came down to a
Yeah.
price, and these are both $5 a tap on tap, I think I would enjoy drinking the pocket knife. I mean, I'm not going to hate drinking the goggles, but just being a double and I get a little more bang for my buck,
Right.
I would go with that just because it's a little higher.
Either one of those.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that just falls right into the category where I have not had a New Trail beer I did not like yet.
Yeah. What's your favorite New Trail beer?
So far, it's Broken Heel.
For me, the Cardinal.
I didn't have the Cardinal yet, but
That's really
neither here nor there was very good too.
Yeah.
I had 2 of those and I was buzzed. I was buzzed. Yeah.
So we got 2 votes for what? These 2?
And
Pretty much overall, I think
Your number 1 is pocket knife.
yeah,
My number 1 is this.
bourbon aged. What's your number 1?
My number 1?
It's got to be the smoothie, right?
Man, I'll tell you, I was actually thinking of going with the smoothie, but I really like the bukkake with that, because it's 18%, but it doesn't
really good.
it doesn't drink like an 18%.
My dad just said bukkake on audio.
Yeah.
on audio, yeah.
That's a champion
bucket
beer,
list.
man.
Yeah.
I wish I was as good as Fred on Howard Stern and be able to clip that and just have a button where I hit it. It's my dad going bukkake.
I'm sure you can make it happen.
I think
We're gonna figure that out.
If you get
Timestamp
me
112.
if you get me the clip, I will get you the soundbite.
On it.
No, these buttons are sound bites.
All right.
Yeah.
No.
So if I hit this button,
Right. But what I'm saying is,
be Fred.
if you get me the soundbite, the clip of this, I can cut that soundbite out and give it to you back as whatever format
do
you
it right
you
like.
should make it
I
as
can
your
do it right
text
from the board.
message, senior. Be like bukkake. Be like
Every time he texts, every time he
what?
sends you a text, it's just him saying it.
bukkake. It's like when what's his name on Howard Stern?
Yeah.
Oh my.
oh George Takei.
George Takei.
Oh my. My dad saying bukkake.
I got to meet him.
We got to
too.
laugh. We got to laugh.
I got to
like
say
George.
my favorite is the bukkake.
Yeah.
So what's your brother's favorite?
I'm gonna go with the goggles,
Yeah, yes.
just because I said
Just because he doesn't want to get soundbite.
Yeah. You don't want to get soundbite.
No, it's
I only said it because I forgot what the fucking name was.
Buku Saigon.
Buku Saigon.
It's just
And buku means big.
So we got.
I learned that from Full Metal Jacket.
Okay. 2 votes for this, and 1.
Listen,
vote for
if I didn't like coffee, I would 100% go with the buku as well. Only because I've never had a beer that tasted like that.
I think you decide the winner.
It's up to you, man.
Do I really have
You
to
get
do
to
it?
break
I
the
think-
tie.
yeah.
There you go.
That's beer of the night.
That was,
Yeah.
I was waiting for this. This is a long time coming.
It's a long
I
time
actually have
coming.
a second bottle of this from my trade.
It's a good beer.
So
Don't
I was,
trade it. Drink
I was
it.
super psyched over this. I wanted to really get you this one.
I appreciate you waiting.
And I'm just like, you know what? I want to let it simmer. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, I would 100%.
It was like it was like candy, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like that was a nice candy. And I'm not gonna. I knew Aslan Stouts are excellent, how we had them over the show for the past, so many shows, and I knew this was going to be a hit.
It's
I
really good,
appreciate
man.
it. It is
I
really
do
good.
appreciate
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
I don't like coffee, man, but if it wasn't coffee, I can easily see how that's beer of the night. Just because I've never had it, even minus the coffee, I've never experienced anything like that taste wise out of a beer.
And I'm doing it all for you guys. And I don't mind. I really don't. I really don't, because like for me to
All right,
drink
Jesus,
all
calm
that,
down.
no. I'm like, for me to drink all that, that's gonna be fucking nutty for me to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Like, but point being, I would rather share it with everybody and have everybody enjoy it versus me getting fucking shit hammered and not do cool stuff.
Absolutely. But I'll tell you what, it was.
Amen.
It made that smoothie made me think.
Yeah.
It really did.
It was good. I don't hate it, but it's not like I feel like I've had something like that before.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll still keep rocking and rolling with the wacky beer. Still got a few bottles of Aslan stuff. And they have a lot of stouts. They go off of different like city names then too. One is called Philadelphia with like peanut butter, graham cracker, and
Ooh,
all.
nice.
And then they have 2 barley wines. I was going to bring one barley wine over, and it was one of them was called Corolla, conditioned on I think coconut. The other one was conditioned on almonds. So yeah, that would have been a pretty wild. I have quite the bottles yet. You know what I mean? I kind of sort of want to clear them.
When
Can you get me just any of the new trails out of the fridge quick?
Sure.
Anyone. Go ahead, Dad.
no, I was going to say there's a brewery in Syracuse. They don't use. Hang on, let me look them up. They don't use their traditional hops and wheat and stuff like that. I can't think the name of the brewery.
Come on, you piece of crap.
While you're waiting, some of the other choices that we actually did have, I got you a pocket knife, by the way.
Thank you.
But,
I'm just kind of using it for background on the glass.
Yeah, but besides that, I brought like 3 other wacky beers from my fridge. One was called Einstein's Favorite, which is a triple IPA, and that had oranges and vanilla in it. Tasted like an actual orange cake. That was Einstein's favorite dessert. The other one was a triple.
I've seen that in the fridge, right?
And we had that on Not Cool in high school too. That has the milk sugar in it too, but I know how you are with that.
It's not that I don't like milk sugar.
No,
it's
it
just
just-
that my stomach can't handle it.
Yeah, I get it, man. You know what I mean?
Don't blame me. Blame my immune.
blame your genetics.
That's right.
But then there was another one called, it was a vitamin C. That was a collaboration with Equilibrium, which is a triple. That one was ridiculous because you usually let their triples sit for a little while and they just get phenomenal. And we only had like a little bit of a taste of what Equilibrium can do, but every time when we did have that, wow, like they know their shit, period.
It's funny because we did a lot of brews tonight from
New Trail.
yeah, and the one that escaped me that I did not see, I knew it was out there, but I never saw it. There was an IPA, like I believe it was like a sugar cookie beer.
Oh.
Yeah, and I never seen it to buy it. It had lactose in it. I never saw it to buy it, or I probably would have picked up at least one to try. But that one, man, it was like Casper the Ghost, man. I've never seen it,
All right, well, that'll wrap it up here. We do have, so we have some other ones lined up. This, spoiler alert, this happened before the new year, but it probably will air maybe right before or maybe right after, because we will have back-to-back episodes. We're going to sit down again next week, but we're going to start releasing all this stuff next year. But maybe not this one. We'll do this one right before the new year, and then the one we record next week will be the new year episode. We have a lot of cool stuff lined up. Bangin Beers come back almost harder than ever. It's going to be every Sunday we'll have something
Harder,
out for you
better,
guys.
faster, stronger.
Yeah, every Sunday we'll have something for you. We might even have ones where we record it, and it might be 3 weeks until you've seen it, because that's how much backlog we're going to start in the beginning and kind of backpile a bunch of
That's gonna be
episodes.
fucking nutty.
Yeah, you put the work in for the first 2 months, and then this way, if you take a week off, you still have something to fill in that week you're off. So that's going to do it here for Bangin Beers Podcast. We'll see you guys next week. Here's some outro music from Faith in Exile.